Krásný den, rockeři, my vás opět zdravíme z Vizovic, z Masters of Rock a máme tady dalšího krásného hosta. Nyní je to jeden člen z velice zajímavé kapely, kterou vám představí sám. Jmenuje se Stefan. Hello, Stefan. And
hi there.
Ta kapela se jmenuje Canto, přijeli z Německa. Canto from Germany, right?
That's right.
Can you please tell us what is because your band is very, very unique. Can you tell us why is it unique?
Of course. So we're a six-piece band with just one drummer and 5 singers. So we're doing metal a cappella, imitating all the regular instruments of a band like bass and guitars and solo guitars and keyboards. And that's what we've been doing for the last 20 years. And here we are again.
So let me just clarify that the voices imitate the instruments, right? So there are 2 singers and four other who imitate the instruments.
Yeah, so actually we can also split parts. So sometimes the female lead singer does more like stuff that sounds like a choir or a keyboard perhaps. The drummer can also sing, so we can also count him in when we do a pure a cappella ballad or something. But we have 2 regular guitar singers and 1 bass singer, and I'm one of the guitar singers. Yeah.
Excellent. So, and do you do only metal songs or any other genre as well?
No, well, we're based in metal, so we had regular metal bands before, and then we decided to go that a cappella route. So we don't have any experience like in, I don't know, barbershop singing or jazz choir or anything. It's just we're metal guys. I'm a guitar player as well, and only for this band I leave the guitar at home and do everything by singing.
All right. Well, this is very unique, as I said, and you started in 2006, right? How did you come to that idea to even like create something like that? Because it's very unusual.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, it always sounds like the perfect plan, but actually there wasn't a plan. So I just wanted to do something vocal-oriented, and I asked many of my friends of other bands where I like the singers if they want to join, and it could have ended up as something like, I don't know, like a rock opera with many singers. But the more singers we recorded, the more we thought it's actually cool to not have any instruments at all. So the idea grew while we recorded the first album, actually. And suddenly we had 10 songs, they sounded good, and people seemed to like it, so we carried on. But it was not like that big master plan at all.
What was the title of the first album?
A Storm to Come.
Okay, well, so it probably was a storm, right?
Yeah,
that came.
Good idea, actually. Yeah.
We also had an interview with Apocalyptica yesterday, and there was something similar, you know, at the beginning, like Metallica, and they loved it, and they just wanted to do something special, but they didn't plan like on being huge. It wasn't a plan. It just came like naturally.
Yeah, I think that's always a good approach, to not put too much pressure on yourself. I mean, of course, we had our bands before. They were not too successful, so they had some local success perhaps, but never that, driving to another country and playing a festival like in Czech Republic, this would have not been possible with our former bands. So I don't think it wasn't the plan, but of course we hoped that something would appear out of it, and it did.
Excellent,
luckily.
Excellent. Can you lead us through the history a little bit, just like maybe some significant points or milestones or albums, cooperations, guests?
Sure. I mean, I'm sure I will forget some of them. I mean, for me personally, it's Canto is the band where I can like check mark my bullet list with all the idols I have, because we were somehow able to meet them on the road or to even work with them. So the first milestone was the second album that we recorded with Charlie Bauerfeind together in the Blind Guardian studios, with a guest appearance of the Blind Guardian singer. Later we had cooperations with Gravedigger, with Taya from Nightwish, with countless other bands where we provided vocals or they did a feature with us. We have 8 albums now, so it's hard to guide you in detail through each and every one of them. But I mean, the concept has been stayed very much the same. So we have like 2/3 are our own original material, and then we add some covers here and there to actually show people what a cappella can sound like with songs that they already know.
Right. So you just mentioned it. So part of it is our cover songs, and part of it are your original songs. I will come to the original songs a little bit later, but let me ask about the covers. How do you choose, or how do you select the songs that you want to do?
Yeah. So basically, we have to love them. There has to be something that we don't have to think about how to sing them, but really just sing them because we know them since we're teenagers or anything. And then, of course, there has to be a certain depth in the arrangement where you can add some vocal lines. For example, Battery of Metallica, it sounds very riffy, of course, but there are still parts in the chorus and also in the interlude where there are a lot of harmonies and a lot of melodic stuff going on, actually. And I think we need that to make a good Van Canto song out of it. So a pure riff song would perhaps be harder to sing than something with melodic and melodies and stuff.
Have you ever got any feedback from the original artists that you did the cover from?
Absolutely, 100%. Because we each cover we did, we get the permission of the original artist, because we wanted them at least to give their okay. And there were many occasions where we got direct feedback, like this is great. And also feedback where the original artist joined us in covering. So, for example, Gravedigger, our Rebellion cover was together with a Gravedigger lead singer with Chris. So all kind of feedback. And also one of my personal highlights when we covered something from Manowar and were invited to their very own festival in Germany. And then Eric Adams stood at the side of the stage and watched us singing. This was one of my highlights so far. Yeah.
That must be beautiful,
he liked it,
right?
yeah.
That must be beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, now about your own music, how do you compose? Or when you compose, do you use instruments for that? Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's not so much different. I think the Van Canto style is not so much present in the phase of composition, but more of arrangement. So I write songs playing guitar or playing piano, singing a melody, and then afterwards, when it comes to the riddly diddly diddly stuff, then that's more the arrangement, but not the composition. So.
All right, your latest album was released into 2021, I guess,
yeah.
right? It's been 4 years. Are you still touring, like playing the songs from that, or are you creating something new? Are you planning on
Both. I
All
mean,
right, very good.
if you have 8 albums and you come to visit a country, some of the fans expect like you play their favorite songs, but we can't play for 3 hours, so we try to pick at least one song from every album. This would be 8 songs, and on our set list for today, for example, there are 12 songs, so it's not so easy to pick the right ones, but we sing songs of all of them, also of the latest one, and we're currently recording a new album to be released next year.
next year?
Next year, yeah.
Do you have the title?
No.
Not yet.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
All right. And is it also going to be a mixture of covers and your own?
Yeah, most probably. We don't know all the covers yet. We record 2. It may be that we just leave it with those 2. But sometimes we just are struck by a great idea and then we do it. But I mean, the really greatest hits that you would pick from the very, let's cover that one, like Fear of the Dark. Of course, we picked those first. And now it's more to pick songs from bands that we personally like, even if they're perhaps not that famous as Iron Maiden or Metallica. Yeah.
Are there songs that you really love, but then you realize like it's really not possible to do it your way?
Perhaps not. Perhaps it's possible, but we chose not to do it. For example, Bohemian Rhapsody. Everybody said we should do it, but it was just like if you compare it to the original, you never get there. It's just so perfect. So why should we do it only worse? So
well, that shows the respect. That's
yeah,
good.
absolutely. And then it took some years, and then we decided to cover "I Want It All" from Queen. That's a good mixture because you can add something to it. I think this is the best example of a song we chose not to cover, and we never will, I guess.
Let me ask about the style that you sing. Is there a special way how you take care of the vocal cords, or how you maybe practice whatever the style?
It's not so much difficult or not so much different from a regular singer, I guess. For example, I'm doing the lower guitar voices, and it's not very exhausting. It sounds riddly diddly 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 all the time, but it's not hurting or anything. The most challenging part is not to breathe, because a guitar has just like a regular stream of sound, so I cannot just sing 3 notes and then breathe for 3 seconds. I have to do this like 1 hour on stage, and perhaps in that 1 hour I tend to breathe perhaps, 60 times in 1 hour, so 1 time per minute, and the other breathing stops I have to make when the song takes a small break or drum fill. Then I have to and then go on for the next. So this is the most challenging part. But from singing style, it's not heavier than singing heavy metal as a lead singer.
Okay. Do you use any amps or any I don't know, like machines, to create
effects? Yeah.
Effects.
For the guitar solos, I just sing them with my head voice. So if I would sing them to you now, it would sound like but amazing. We have a distortion there. So for the people, it sounds like this voice through a guitar amplifier.
Right.
And many don't spot the difference. So I think we're doing something right. But apart from that, it's just the effects that every band has, like compressors and delays. Delays are very important because you can sing and the sound goes on, and I can do that, and then So that's the most important effect, I guess.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, now we are at the Masters of Rock in Vizovicích. You've been here before, right?
Yes, it's the third time here.
It's your third time? Okay.
Yeah. Although I think I remember the very first one, it looked different. I don't know if the stage turned or something. It's been some years. Last time we've been here, it looked exactly like now, but the first time somehow looked different. I don't know if the...
maybe, well, I don't know, maybe 100 years ago.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know.
Like
the stage looked different. Oh, we played a smaller stage. I can't remember. I mean, 20 years, I can't remember every show.
How do you like coming back to the Czech Republic? What about the fans here?
Yeah, we love it. We always say in the band, when we are asked where the greatest fans are, we tend to name the South American guys first, and then we say, and Czech Republic is like the Brazil of Europe for us.
Really?
Yeah, from the enthusiasm and also from the, let's call it the love that we receive, because many fans here are very lighthearted and really in a good mood. So it's really like, let's have some fun together. And there are other parts in the world where the Canto fans, of course, love what we're doing, but on festivals we have to give even more power to convince them that this is a real band. But in Czech Republic, from the first gig we played here, it was like, wow, that's cool, we love it, and wow. So we love it too, yeah.
That's great, that's flattering, thank you very much. Do you prefer playing like open airs or maybe some clubs?
I like both. The part that is most important for me is that it's packed. So it doesn't make sense to tell your friends, hey, we play in a 5,000 hall and then there are 500 people. I'd rather play in a 300 capacity club with 300 people. And of course, festivals have their special feeling, especially in summer. So I like that. I wouldn't choose one over the other. Both make sense. Both are fun.
Does it ever happen to you guys that some of you get sick or has a sore throat and cannot really sing, the vocal cords are swollen? It's different when the guitar player is sick because he can still play, right, the instrument, but the singers, that's
Absolutely.
Harder. So how do you solve that? What happens?
I think we adapted a little bit, so we are not the band that is able to play like a 3-week tour. We can play like from Wednesday to Sunday, but then we need 3 days off and play again from Wednesday to Sunday. Yeah, so it's a little bit more expensive to tour because you have these off days and the crew sits around and waits. But this is important, we just can't do it. And apart from that, we have been quite lucky or professional, I don't know, but we only had 3 shows in that 20 years where really one of the singers couldn't make it and we had to split vocals between the others. And it was just one gig with a lead singer. And still there, we had the opening act and he did 2 songs, the singer of the opening act. I switched to lead vocals for 2 songs, the other guitar player, and the people still had a good time. And the other singer was waving from beside the stage because he just had no voice left.
Right.
Sometimes it's that way. Yeah.
Right. Are there any countries you haven't visited yet?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just.
But you're touring the world, right?
We're touring the world. I mean, America hasn't been like that. We've been there on a dedicated tour, but only on festivals or shows, and we never made it to Poland. Actually, that's really, I don't know.
Unbelievable.
It's our direct neighbor. We have many fans there, but there are like 2 festivals that we try to approach every time, and they're not like the biggest Canto fans, I guess. But it's still 20 years, so we have another 20 years to come, and sometimes we will make it. But in Czech Republic, I think we're playing today for the 8th, 9th, or even 10th time with festivals, club shows, and everything.
So, hello Poland, if you're watching, invite Van Canto.
Get in touch. Thank you.
Get in touch. They're close, right? Okay, so I would like to thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're excited and we're looking forward to your show today.
So am I.
Please enjoy it. Enjoy the crowd because I think they're great here. And we will be happy to have you again.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.